Hello, George, Bad Ninja Food Forest. One of the things we're going to do at Saturday's class on Korean natural farming is going to be what's called WCU, water soluble calcium. I know they don't match. This water soluble calcium can be gotten a few ways. You can use coral sand. Today we're using eggshells. I've cooked these down. I don't want to show the whole process. It takes time, but probably an hour or so of cooking. Putting a lid over it every 10-15 minutes, stirring it until I've got a little bit of char and browning on there. I've taken any of that papery inside and it's gone off of there. I've moved it around like this, come out and blown on it. Still getting some out of it. Try to get all that papery inside out. I don't want that reaction to happen. So now I'm going to add it to apple cider vinegar. That chemical reaction. Water soluble calcium. I just made a whole video and I think my mic died. So here we are in the final, well, not the final product, but the final part of the first, second, third stage, I guess. So we collected the eggshells. I've cooked these eggshells on a stovetop. I cooked them until they browned at a low heat. So I did it for almost an hour with a lid on them. You can do it in an oven. It really stinks. So turn a fan on and do it outside. What we're doing is we're releasing that membrane on the inside of the egg. So that membrane, once it's released and cooked down, we char these just a little bit. We brown them till a few are charred. At that point, it's made the chemical reaction be able to happen. So what we're doing is we're releasing the calcium from the eggshells into the vinegar, into the very low pH substance. It'll change the vinegar makeup. And then we'll use this diluted as a Korean natural farming technique. We'll use this diluted 500 to 1,000 to 1. And we want to use that for plants when they're fruiting and flowering. So getting to know our different nutrients and how we use them. This will be one of the things that we cover in Saturday's class, covering Korean natural farming. Things like using these comfrey plants, nettles, motherwort, a bunch of these fast-growing weeds. We've made a fermented plant juice out of. We'll probably sieve that on Saturday. I think it'll be ready. We'll see that as well. We use that for the growing stage. We've used today fermented fruit juice. So FFJ out of some flowers and gooseberries and different things around the property. That's for the flowering stage. We'll show we extracted that. Both those using osmosis. So taking a brown sugar and suffocating the plant material and releasing it into making the microbes go dormant and being that brown sugar for us. I'll show some finished product. Oh, what else we want to talk about? We also have put some rice down in the woods here. We'll have a look at that, how that's collecting microorganisms, indigenous microorganisms, IMOs. Kind of drew a blank for a minute. We'll also show I took the water from that rice. So before I use that rice, I wash the water. It's about 2 days in, about 3 days in. It'll get a bit of a smell. We'll explain that. I'm going to make a cheese out of that. That'll be the byproduct. The cheese will be the byproduct of making a lactic acid bacteria extract. So we're going to go over labs and how to make a cheese out of that. We're going to go over FFJ and FPJ, how we use those ferments, and we use their leftovers to also make a great salad dressing. So we're going to have the calcium that we're going to make from the eggshells. And we're also going to have the indigenous microorganisms that I've showed how I use rice to collect those. I believe those will be the main 5 that we show this weekend. Hope to see you Saturday. George, Bad Ninja Food Forest. Change can be better than holiday. Peace.